The previous video was introducing a new idea for the channel, archetypes, and particularly I talked about the heavy-handed archetype, but I should probably elaborate on the utility of archetypes. Why even bring them up? Well, if I know one fighter falls in archetype A and another fighter falls in archetype B, I can ask some very specific questions, and depending on those answers, I can better predict and understand how a fight will play out. Similar to what I was talking about with a sniper versus what did I call? I don't remember what I called Takeru, but he falls actually under the heavy-handed hunter that I was talking about in the last video. So when I go back and analyze, I can piece together the flow of a fight and more easily because I understand some of the intrinsic qualities of both fighters because I have them in an archetype kind of a position. But before we get into finishing off this analysis, because there's two parts before this, go watch part 1 and part 2 before you watch this part. The heavy-handed hunter Takeru, he has a couple reasons why he's not successful. Probably the biggest is something the heavy-handed hunter can't live without: footwork. If you're the hunter, you're trying to close distance. The only way you can close distance is with your feet. What you see with other hunters like Julio Cesar Chavez, Ilia Topuria, or Artur Beterbiev, they all covered very recently on the channel. They're either cutting off the ring or the octagon, they're punching while they're moving. There's so many subtle elements of footwork that gets the hunter in position to successfully engage in hunting. And that's one of the reasons why he failed, probably the biggest one. And the other reason is because of Superlek constantly putting down traps and constantly punishing any forward momentum, constantly stopping the hunter from getting going. So the hunt can never really begin to the extent that Takeru would want. But speaking of the fight, let's get into it. One thing Takeru could have used more is that jab. And even when he's closing distance right and he gets just inside of punching range, he can use that jab to kind of neutralize some of those leg kicks or at least answer some of them. He's gonna land another one, and he's getting Superlek to reset and kind of stop with the offense, at least for a small period of time. One of the reasons I think Superlek was so successful is because he was allowed to just get off combinations 1-1-2 cross, and then another shot, and then a leg kick, and he just goes. And I think they would, at least for Takeru, he was doing too much trading. You throw, I throw, you throw, or not trading. That's the opposite of trading. More like touch and go. Where he should have been trading, he should have been exchanging. When Superlek starts throwing, that was his opportunity, especially when Superlek was punching, because he's in punching range. In order for Takeru to have more control and more dominance in this fight, when he had Superlek in these kinds of positions, he had to capitalize, he had to open up, and really he didn't do enough of that. And he just let Superlek disrupt him or escape. And he tries to open up right there, but it's too late because Superlek is already circling out. Part of the disruption of Superlek is the guessing game that he's putting Takeru in the sense that when he follows up with this jab, he can either step through with a knee to the body, and those knees are brutal. I don't think that one landed, but a lot of them were previously. Or when he throws a jab, he can follow up with a leg kick. It's a very similar start in motion, so it's hard to read. Is he throwing a knee to the body or is he throwing a leg kick? Your best bet is probably to try and lift up that lead leg and guard the body all at the same time, but it's a lot going on, so it's hard to even adapt to that situation. In the beginning, I was talking about moving with your punches. Look how successful he is when he steps with the combo, because he knows Superlek is going to be backing up. He's trying to snipe from range. So when he follows him, he's able to land. Jab, and then look at what his feet are doing. He steps with it, and he knocks his head back. And although there were some points in time where he would do something about this lead hand, mostly that lead hand was just there. And it was a great tool for Superlek. Like, he lines up knees, he lines up leg kicks, he lines up crosses. He was lining up a lot of stuff, and at the same time blinding the vision, stopping the forward momentum. That lead hand was working magic in this fight. Like in this example, he does what he's been doing for the past couple rounds: big knee to the body. And I think that one kind of got blocked, but they don't take too many knees to the body to have an effect. And he especially uses these knees to the body versus boxing heavy fighters, like how he did versus Rodtang, because it's intercepting their punches, because they don't have any as they're stepping in to throw punches, there's an opening there for the body, and the knee is also tight in range. most people in the comment section of the previous video already thought the Superlek won, which watching this, of course, I don't know how people thought this was anything close, but that's a whole separate thing. I'm gonna drop some more videos either tonight or tomorrow, boxing and MMA, starting analysis of 2 separate fights. That's all, Fight Scientist. Immortality Serum out.